Hi, Chilli here from Live Listen Erased, and on this 5-minute review episode, I dive in the deep end to listen to a band I have never heard of and want to hear purely because the album cover looks cool. This episode, I dive into Wizardthrone's debut album, Hypercube Necrodimensions. With an album title like this, is it any surprise to find out the band is in the realm of symphonic melodic death metal? It's hard to find info on the band. According to Metal Archives, the band's own titles for the band members are, well, it's easier if I just put it up here right now. According to the band's website on Napalm Records, it states that the band members are made up instead of the humble folk known as Aether Realm, Ailstorm, Necro Goblin, and Forlorn Citadel, and are set out to make their listeners turn over to the Wizard Overlord. So, without too much fucking around, let's get the first album started. You know how earlier I stated that the band members originally had long and confusing names? Well, the same can be said about the album. The first track is called Black Hole Quantum Thermal Dynamics. When I googled this, it came up with a bunch of questions people asked, including, do black holes violate thermal dynamics? How do black holes increase entropy? And how many Florida men does it take to fill up a black hole? The song itself is pretty dope and is complete with drum blasts, death metal screams and growls, keyboard overlays, and the usual suspects. A pretty solid opener. The following track to grace our ears is Frozen Winds of Thyraxia. I know it sounds like something that requires an ointment applied 3 times a day, but it's still a good track. I'm not big on the whole death metal scenes, but while the intro had my curiosity, the following track has my attention. The next track is Incantation of the Red Order, and, well, I gotta say, it has a weird effect that cheapens the guitar riff at the beginning. It's an okay song, but we will move on. Following in the theme of short and simple track titles, the next track is called Forbidden Equations, Deep Within the Epimethian Wasteland, and isn't bad for another slab of symphonic death metal. Actually, you know, in hindsight, this song is pretty good. I'm gonna play it again. The next track is Coalescence of 9 stars in the system once known as Markarian 231. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, coalescence means to unite into a whole. According to Google, Markarian is a New York City-based luxury women's wear label. So this song has to be about uniting the whole 9 stars to shop at a luxury women's wear shop. Song lyrics cracked.
Amazing.
This song continues the theme carried in previous tracks and does so with the brutally pounding of drums and guitars. Another pretty solid track. The following track is Of Tesseractual Gateways and the Grand Duplicity of Xhul, a song title that rolls right off the tongue. Pretty sick riffs that chug along, sweet palm muting and triplets. Best track here, calling it now. The following track is the title track, of course, called Hypercube Necrodimensions, and is not only the shortest song title on the album, but also the shortest song. It could have fooled me. We open with the classic guitar noodling before the scream of "Let's go." It's a call to arms kind of song, and it's pretty cool. The solos are sweet and serves a nice brutal and symphonic atmosphere. Okay, earlier I said that Of Tesseractual Gateways and the Grand Duplicity of Xhul was the best track, but to be honest, it should be the last track. And here we go. Beyond the Wizardthrone. That's not a hard title. Oh wait, there's brackets. Oh fuck me. Crypto, kryptonite, cryptocurrency, cryptozoology. For real, the full title is Beyond the Wizardthrone, start brackets, cryptopharmacological revelations of the Riemann zeta function, end brackets. Honestly, it's a lot to take in. At 13 minutes, it's the longest song on the album, but it's worth the listen. I don't want to spoil it, but instead make people curious so they hear it. And I recommend to listen to it. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of death metal or black metal or the subgenres of these, but this is an interesting band. If you enjoy Devin Townsend but like it heavier, then I believe this is the right band for you. If you listen close, you can get an interesting story out of the album with some tongue-in-cheek lyrics similar to the Ziltoid album. Like I said, I'm not big on the genre, but it kept my attention for the length of the album without waning my attention. For the conviction this band has employed across 12 dimensions, I give this a solid 6.5 out of 10. Also, if you check their band bio on Spotify, it appears to have a mathematical equation that looks to be Maxwell's equations, which relates to electromagnetism patterns. In particular, this equation appears to relate to the divergence of some vector field. One peculiar band.